Hi everyone, my name is Prince and welcome to my channel. On this channel, I will share my travel experience as a Black African in different parts of the world. I'll share my highlights and challenges in some of these places, share some of my photos, how I took them, and finally grade my destination on a scale from 1 to 10. Now before I begin, I would like to highlight that these are my experiences in these places. They may not necessarily be the same for you, so please bear that in mind. I will start off with one of my favorite places in the world, Prague. The capital city of Czech Republic is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. It is also known as the City of 100 Towers. It's located in Central Europe. It is one of the most cosmopolitan cities that I've ever visited. It has gained a lot of popularities in recent years, and rightly so. It is not as cheap as it used to be, but it's still way more affordable than many cities you would visit in Western Europe. Once you're in Prague, one of the first places or landmark places you have to visit is Old Town Square. Located between Charles Bridge and Wenceslas Square. Sorry, I hope I pronounced that right. This is where you find the famous Prague Horologe, also known as the astronomical tower, mounted on Old Town Hall. There's an interesting story about this clock. It is said that the clockmaker, when he was done building the clock, his eyes were gouged out so that he would not be able to make the same for somebody else. I don't know how true it is, but it's one of the stories about this clock. Maybe my version is not the same as what you'll be told once you visit. First installed in 1410, it is the oldest clock in the world. It is the third oldest clock in the world and the oldest still in operation. The Church of Our Lady of Tin is also located here, as well as the Baroque style St. Nicholas Church. Best times to visit this place is around Christmas and Easter markets. The tower is open to the public around during the day. Summer is also a very good time to be here. However, it's really crowded in the summer. The next place you definitely have to visit is the Charles Bridge. It was constructed under the auspices of King Charles IV in the 15th century. For a long time, it was the only crossing over the Vltava River. It connects the Prague Castle to the Old Town. Today, you can learn more about its history in the museum right next to the entrance of the bridge on your way from Old Town to your right. You can also enjoy a boat ride on the Vltava that's offered by the boatmen at the bridge, where you will be given further knowledge on the history of Prague. The Prague Castle. This is the official residence of the Czech president. It was built in the 9th century, and according to the Guinness World Records, it is the largest ancient castle in the world. Parts of its compound are free to access upon security checks. The architecture of the structure is simply magnificent, with a blend of different styles from different eras. The castle grounds is home to St. Vitus's Cathedral, Basilica of St. George, several gardens and defense towers. The entrance into some of the museums on the castle grounds will come at a cost though, although not very expensive. The next stop is the Wallenstein Garden, the second biggest garden in Prague. It is part of the Senate of the Czech Parliament. It is such a beautiful garden littered with sculptures as well as well-pruned greenery, a large pond with beautiful yet large koi fish, a fountain in the middle. This is a perfect place for a wedding in my opinion, or to propose to your girl. It's just an amazing, beautiful place to hang out. It is open at different times of the week to the public. The Petrin Tower is another prominent landmark in Prague you should visit. Built in 1891, it stands at 58.7 meters tall at the apex, where you can see not just the entire city of Prague, but most of Bohemia on a clear day. The Stefanik Observatory is close by, where you can observe the sun and other heavenly bodies either day or night. It has stood in the Petrin Park since 1928, and touring the facility is quite cheap. I was there with a friend and were able to observe Venus and the sun on a very clear day, and it was not expensive. I think we paid around €3 or less. You can get up there in a cable car from the valley at Malastrana, or you can also hike up the hill if you want to. Food and drinks. Definitely as you travel, you'd have to eat. I didn't get a chance to try a lot of different cuisines, but I did get a chance to try traditional Czech goulash, and it's very nice. Way different from most other Eastern European goulash like Hungarian goulash. It is prepared differently and in a unique way. Also, another thing you can try is beer. The Czechs are known for their beer. In fact, they consume more beer per capita than any other nation in the world. There are many different breweries and beers to try, so if beer is your thing, you won't lack any here. The cherry on top of the cake for me was this ice cream I was able to try in Prague. I've never had this ice cream anywhere else. If ice cream is yours and you are a sweet tooth, this is something you should try. It's called Shredelic, and I'm kind of addicted to it. It's a special ice cream made out of a spiral cone. This spiral cone is a special kind of pastry with cinnamon flavor, and it's filled with ice cream and several toppings like chocolates and strawberries that you can try. So if you're in Prague, definitely try Shredelic. Bonus venues. Manifesto is one place you should definitely visit if you're in Prague. It's located in Florence and Andel. This venue houses a lot of different food joints like ramen, Brazilian food, drinks, music, sometimes choreographed dance. It's such a super chilled hangout venue where you can meet friends in an informal setting and chill. You should definitely try out the favela stand where they serve amazing Brazilian food and steak. Nightlife. Prague has some of the best nightlife anywhere in the world. Just ask anyone who's experienced it. Here are a few clubs you should definitely check out if you're in Prague. Moon Club. It has a very classy vibe to it. It's some place where if you close a business meeting and you never want to chill with your business colleagues, you should definitely go and hang out. M1 Lounge has a very hip-hop vibe to it. The only negative of this place is the dance floor is very, very small. Duplex is another place you can check out. It is one of the best clubs in Europe. They have different vibes per night because they are open every day, but then they have different DJs that play. And for you to be able to enjoy Prague well, you need to know the DJs that are playing, because the DJs bring their vibe and different crowds. So some of the DJs you can try: DJ Battle Lady, she does a lot of Afrobeats and hip hop. DJ Black Jesus, DJ Fulcrum, DJ Legal. Definitely check these guys out when you're in Prague. Mode of transportation. Uber and Bolt are readily available in Prague. However, public transportation is very reliable, safe and clean. If you're traveling alone, I suggest you should get a hotel. I think it's more cost effective that way. However, if you're in a group, an Airbnb or a hostel will be much more affordable since you can split the cost. Prague is generally a very safe city. And for a black person, I didn't experience any form of racism or discrimination or felt some way about it. It's generally very, very safe. However, for every tourist cities, you should exercise a level of caution. Sometimes there might be pickpockets maybe on the trams or in the streets. But generally, it's very, very, very safe, and you wouldn't feel any form of way as a black African or even as a black person in Prague. In fact, I felt more loved in that place. Finally, my rating of Prague. I'm going to give Prague a solid 9.5 out of 10 based on the architecture, the food, the people, and most importantly, how I was treated as a black person. It was just amazing. I felt really, really safe. No hints of racism or discrimination of any sort. So if you're thinking about going anywhere, if you're thinking about going to Prague, you've been hesitating, let this be the video that convinces you to definitely visit Prague. So we are at the end of this video. If you like this video, give it a like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.